Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It's the Toronto Raptors taking on the Boston Celtics. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. Someone will be keeping an eye on, guys. B-Train.
He is so creative, Kevin. That's what I love about watching him. As good as anybody in the league at breaking down a defender one-on-one.
Another area where he excels is on one of the most fundamental plays in basketball, the pick and roll. He will lower the boom on the defender with a solid screen, and then is terrific at rolling into space and getting the basket.
You look at the Celtics. With the series tied 2 games apiece, a chance here to retake the series lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
Well, it's no secret, guys, that in this situation, the winner of Game 5 goes on to win the series the vast majority of the time. So they don't want to let this one get away from them. They have to go out on the road and win Game 6 in hostile territory.
Yeah, must win in a Game 6 on the road, not the position you want to be in. I agree, Steve. They like to handle business here with their fans in front of them in a more comfortable environment at home.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
There at the pass to the Bulldozer. It's stolen by Brown. And there's the pass to the Prophet. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Pass to Barrett. Here's the dude. Here's from deep. That is good. The dude's got his first 3 points of the game.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
The Prophet passes to the Prophet. The Prophet. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Pass to the dude. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and terrific finish.
There's B-Train. It's stolen. Fast break, Toronto. Now the pass to the dude. Oh, get it! Oh, what up now? It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Those three-pointers off the mark.
4 or 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Stripped away.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. They'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
And Toronto making a change here. Pass it to the Prophet. Back to Brown. A three-pointer is right on target. Brown's got 5 now.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Sharp pass to give his teammate the high percentage shot in close.
Here's the Prodigy after the main shot from Barrett. The Prodigy passes to the Prophet. There's B-Train, defended by Barrett. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
But Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. I asked him what he was going to emphasize to his team, and he told me it all comes down to wanting it more. Both of our teams came in and took away 2 games from the other. This series is going to be a tooth and nail fight, and whoever wants it more is going to take it. Let's see exactly how much they want it, gentlemen.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's the Prodigy after the made shot from Irving. Takes a 3, and again, Boston with the triple.
Tell you what, until this defense gets out and defends the three-point line, it's going to be a parade.
Yeah, we've already seen 3 in a row from out there.
And Toronto has possession, trailing by 2. Smooth passes to the dude. Here's Smooth. Toronto working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the Bulldozer, and he jams it with authority.
How much do you love to see a guy with the skill and the nerve to pull off that reverse?
Well, if it was any other player, it may be surprising, but he is just so good.
Yeah, and he will take chances. I mean, he's one of the few guys that even has that move in his arsenal, but I love the fact that he's not afraid to take it.
And Toronto has possession after the miss from the Prophet. Pass to the dude, and the call will go against the Prodigy. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Here's the dude. 8 points for him. The shot's good from the Bulldozer. The Bulldozer's got his third basket of the night right there.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
I'll tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
And the Celtics with possession here. Offensive rebound. B-Train. Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, one moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Schemes checked in for the Raptors. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
This is great stuff, guys. You can tell he's hurting, but he continues to play well.
Tatum drilled from 11 feet out. He's got 5.
You know, he got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
And to make it into the postseason, you need a lot of versatility. Here's a look at the top rebounding shooting guards during the regular season. And you look at the dude, a terrific rebounder, 5th overall.
You know, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. Typically, as a 2-guard, you're going to be on the perimeter a lot more often than you will be inside.
Yeah, but for all of these guys, you can point to their quickness as well as their superb instincts as to why they wound up on the list. I mean, you've got to have that nose for the basketball.
Here's the...
What a huge play.
He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys. Wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year, and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I'm with you, Clark. That's a crowd pleaser if I've ever seen one.
And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next foul will put them over the limit and in the bonus.
Chance to get some easy points at the line here, so it makes sense to be aggressive.
The pass to the dude. Some solid defense from B-Train. Boston's gone 3 of 4 on 3 corners in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Uncovered. The shot misses.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
They just haven't been able to find an answer for the dude. He's already up to 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Going forward, I think it'd be a good idea to let him spend a little more time behind the arc. He looks like he has a nice touch from out there.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
The Prodigy passes to the Prophet. And it's blocked by Ertl. Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
They're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And again, no good by Toronto.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Passes it to the dude. It's rebounded by the Prophet.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Here's Brown. Rejected by Barrett. And they're pushing it up. Here's the Bulldozer.
Oh, down there. Man.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break hoops, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Raptors with the lead. They're feeling confident after Tuesday's big win.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, they were really locked in from beyond the arc in that game. I mean, the result wouldn't have looked anything like it did if they hadn't gotten so hot from long range.
You're exactly right. They were splashing home threes at an unbelievable rate.
Here's Holiday. After the made shot from Olin. Fast break, Toronto. Throws down the breakaway jam. Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
Pass to Mitchell. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them like that. Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Celtics trail by 4. Outside Holiday. Outside White. Pope loose. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Shoots a 3. No good for Mitchell. The Celtics shooting an impressive 60% early. Kicks it to White. The dish to Horford for the 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Dendy for 3. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Dendy. Back to Brown. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And Holiday kicks to Horford. White. And that misses. That would have put him up. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about to get underway. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see he's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Celtics. He feeds it to Holiday. Here's Rodgers. And the 3 off target.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. The shot's good from Smooth.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
Horford kicks to Richard. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to get a glimpse of the regular season's assist leaders. Well, you look at Smooth, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved.
You know, he's been a great ball distributor this year. I mean, he's really done a nice job running his team, setting up other people, and ball movement is a big part of how teams get easier shots, and he's a big reason that this team has made it to the postseason because of his distribution.
Back to Holiday. That's up a 3. Boston again missing. Toronto leading by 6. He hits Brown with the drive. Boucher guarded by Holiday. Cannot hit. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Phil.
Here's Richard. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And Olynyk kicks to Brown. Expanding his range. B-Train's checked in for Boston. Celtics trail by 4. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. And he lays it straight in. B-Train's got 6.
That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
The Raptors have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Stolen by Holiday. Pass to Rogers. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Mitchell passes to Smooth. Mitchell kicks to Olynyk. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Brown. It's good from long range. And the Raptors lead by 5.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Here's Rogers. Shoots the 3. Gets it to go. He's got 5.
Almost pulled the trigger, but he realized he had a better look for his teammate.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Mitchell, soft touch off the glass.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The Celtics have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Holiday kicks to Richard. The pass to Rogers. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here's Mitchell. The dude who's checked in for Mitchell. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Inside. High quality look. And he sees it.
They're taking so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today. Pound that thing inside.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Raptors have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. The Bulls. He's checked in for Toronto. Celtics trail by 4. This is it to Rogers. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Smooth. 5 points in the game. Pass to the dude. It's tipped. Taken away by Holiday. Rogers against Brown. Rogers can't make the basket.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Smooth. Here's the bulldozer. There's the pass to the dude. With the lead pass.
I'll tell you what, it never gets old watching him work, does it, fellas?
No, Clark, that's a good way to put it. He will work. Great example of that on the offensive glass right there.
Yeah, just blue-collar stuff. And then he put a little flair in the dunk.
And Toronto making a change here. Hooked away, pushing it up. Goes up. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
And here are the Raptors now after the missed three from Rodgers.
Boy, nice bucket. They're really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
Fast break, Toronto. Smooth passes to Barrett. A big dunk at the end of the break.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Here is Rodgers. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change. Here's Smooth. Here's the dude. A three-pointer, no good.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen him hit those in the past, but like you said, the defender was on him like glue. It would have been quite a bucket.
Boy, the struggles have been many here in this quarter. 1 of 6 is what he is now.
Passes it to Smooth. But three. And the basket good. Smooth's got 8 points.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Fast break, Toronto. The dude gives him the lead pass. Pass to Smooth. Clock at 6. Got it. Good job in the low post. And now a 12-point Raptor lead.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Outside Holiday. The Celtics working the ball around now. No good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
The pass to Smooth. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Smooth's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Boston again missing. Here's Toronto now. They're on a 19-7 run. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. B-Train's got his 4th rebound in this one. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Celtics have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. Free throw, good, Holiday. And the Raptors making a change here. Both free throws good from Holiday. Toronto leading by 12. Pass to the inside. Barrett. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 8.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
And so here's Toronto. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. To the middle, the bulldozer. Second chance shot, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the board. But they've done just the opposite here.
The Prodigy checked in for Drew Holiday.
Tell you what, despite that hot start from long range, they've really gotten away from the three-point shot now.
And I know that's sacrilegious to you, Steve. I mean, being a shooter and all in your past, you think you should be firing away from out there at all times. But the mid-range game and in-between game served me quite well. But that hasn't been the best meal ticket for them here in the second half. You got to go with what you do better.
His shooting has been so good today, he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
And the shot is good.
They've got to continue continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Here's the prodigy. It's rebounded by the Dude. The Dude's got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's the screen. Pass to Barrett.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
For Toronto, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And Toronto making a change here. All free throws good from Barrett. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Brown with it. Now guarded by the Dude. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. "15 seconds left in the first half. Shot clock at 6. Launches a 3. Another shot. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a 3-point play.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
The Celtics shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Albasi. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so that's the end of the first half. Raptors
Now, presented by Sprint.
What unbelievable postseason.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this Round 1 playoff matchup. We're seeing a tremendous game from the Dude.
And all of a sudden tonight, he's become their big assist man. And his passing was the key to their offense in that first half. Not something you always see.
And that's not a role he usually plays, and one I'm not sure he's comfortable in, but they needed him to make some plays today, and to his credit, he's done it.
So for Toronto right now, they've got the bulldozer. Smooth out there with the Dude, and it's Barrett at the 3, the small forward. Brown outside. They get it back, and it's rejected.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
And they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low. Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, I mean, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
Here's the prodigy, looking for his first basket still in this one. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. Let's look back now at some league leaders from the regular season. This time, it's a check on the best free throw shooters among the NBA centers and power forwards. Take a look at the bulldozer, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
And with those numbers at the foul line, he should be trying to get there as often as possible. Operating among the big bodies in the paint, he gets those chances.
Well, it works two ways. I mean, he's very physical, understands how to draw fouls, and he's lethal once he gets to the line. But if you're defending him, you got to really watch how you body up on him so you don't send him to the line.
And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule. Goaltender.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Tatum shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. 11 points in the game. Smooth passes to the Bulldozer. And the layup falls.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Gets it to go. And that's 15 points for the Profits.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Smooth passes to the Bulldozer. Here's Smooth. He passes to the Dude.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
On the pass to Barrett. The Dude, he's covered by Brown. Just 5 to shoot. The Dude passes to Barrett. That's a foul called on the Prophet. That is his first foul of the game. Toronto calls timeout.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. They'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
The Dude passes to the Bulldozer.
Hammer time! How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Brown the pass to Beachman. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Laid it with a nice touch off the glass. And that's now 18 points for Smooth.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball. Really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get it. I mean, they're hitting their shots. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Toronto with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. No good from the Dude. Celtics trail by 20. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Making a long pass like that is always a risky proposition.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. There at the pass to Smooth. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Both good from the line that time. And Boston has possession. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's the Prodigy. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Brown. The offensive rebound. The Prodigy. And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Full 24-second shot clock. Brown outside. Tatum.
In the first half, they had some success from the arc, but that isn't the case here. They're down and trying to get it all back in one fell swoop. That's not the right strategy. Chip away at it.
That's a shot he doesn't shoot very often. 15 points in the game. The Celtics have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Here's the Prodigy. Lays it up and banks it in. Toronto leading leading by 23. Boucher, that's good. Boston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Tatum. Here's B-Train, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Dishes it to Brown. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that fence.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Yeah, that's got them over the limit, and it's still early. They have to play smart, or they could give up a lot of free throws.
And Toronto making a change here.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Feeds it to White. Shot on the wing. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Raptors leading by 23. Pass to Mitchell. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Passes it to the Bulldozer. Rebound by the Celtics. LeBron's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pass to B-Train. 8-pointer. That one goes. Count. B-Train's got 7 points for the quarter.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
We'll talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Boston's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And White kicks to Brown. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Outside, White. Knocked loose. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Raptors making a switch here. Rolling up the pass to Mitchell. Here's the dude. Uses the glass to finish the layup. The dude's got 5 points in the quarter. Celtics trail by 20. Here's the prodigy. He passes to the prop. Jacks up a 3. But they'll recover it. White. Solid defense there from the dude.
Well, the defender was on him like glue, all up in his airspace. That's a very low percentage shot against that kind of defense.
Yeah, you're right. Best not to force it when you've got someone draped all over you like that. You got to move the ball on.
Here's the dude. He's got 19. 6 to shoot. There at the pass to the dude. The steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's White. Here's the prodigy. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Pulling up the pass to the dude. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And on your screen now are the Steelers from the small forward spot during the regular season. A very strong defensive group, to say the least. Look at the Prophet, 5th in the NBA. Very crafty play.
You know, if you're an opposing small forward, this could also be called a list of the league's most annoying players because they will be in your jersey all night when you're up against them.
And they're not just good on-the-ball defenders. They'll torment the players they're not guarding. A lot of those steals are the result of passes he gets his hands on away from the ball.
The pass to the Bulldogs. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Okay. What do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Raptors?
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Got a piece of it.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
Here's B-Train, 15 points in the game. Sent away. .43 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot is good from Smooth. Smooth's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Here's B-Train. Tatum. And he converts the layup. He's got 13.
Just the shot they wanted. Point blank range.
Here's Smooth. And that one's good.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
The Prodigy. The finger roll finish at the bucket. The Prodigy's got 6 points.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
1 second left. Offline. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And we're back to the action here in this round 1 matchup. And for the Celtics, they're shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Brown out there with the Prodigy. Then it's the Prophet, and there's B-Train. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. The kick out to Brown. A nice shot from the wing. Brown's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Boston. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, nice body control there. Narrowly missing the shot. It would have been a 3-point play.
Had a free look at it after the foul. Nice play.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Knocked away. Passes to her. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
How about that? Take a peek at that move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. You're right. Sailing it off the baseline for the reverse stuff.
Boy, what a dunk. That is just special.
The shot is off.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Busted. No good that time either. Toronto's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Boucher. Pass to Smooth. Boucher. Goes back up. And popped the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Now here's White. White, left side. Rejected by Ertl. And he's able to get it back.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Derek White.
Will be at the line shooting 2. And that one falls for White. The Raptors making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And both free throws good for White. For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. No good. Celtics have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. The Celtics working the ball around now. Pass to Rogers. Shot clock at 5. Gets a very good look and converts. Assist White. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. Rebound Boston. White with it. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Ertl. Toronto's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Skeen, guarded by Rogers. Down low. Rogers pulls it in. Rogers has got his third rebound on the night. And White with the stuff.
What a smooth finish. Well, he certainly won they won on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
A new group in now for the Raptors. At the line with 1 shot. And that one falls for White. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. There's the pass to Barrett. Here's the bulldozer. Backing him down. Smooth. He passes to the bulldozer. Here's the dude. And he gets it to go from the corner. The dude's got 23 points. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's the prodigy. Tatum. From out in the wing, he knocks it down. Raptors leading by 21. Here's Barrett. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. That's good from Barrett. Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. No good on the second free throw. The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Passes it to the prodigy. He dishes it to Brown. This one for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Smooth's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. That's good. Smooth's got 26.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Here's the prodigy. Pass to Beatrice. Here's Barrett. Makes it off the glass. Boston shooting 40% in the fourth. And there's the pass to the product. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Toronto calls timeout. The Raptors have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Passes it to Smooth. Toronto working the ball around now. Pass to the dude. 5 to shoot. From beyond the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Tatum. Here's B-Train. No good. Excellent defense from the dude. Toronto's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. He passes to Barrett. Fires the three. Gets it to go. He's got 24. Boston with the ball. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Tatum trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The pass to Barrett. Pass to the dude. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Brown. Pass to the dude. Shot from the top of the key. Shot no good. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The pass to the prodigy. Here's the floater. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
First free throw is good.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
And he makes both free throws. The Raptors have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And there's the feed to Olynyk. Skeen guarded by Holiday. Skeen. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one is on Holiday. And he makes the first. Al Horford, he's checked in for the Celtics. So he gets them both. The Celtics shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Back to Holiday. He kicks it to Horford. Shot clock at 6. Goes up on the wing. That's good. Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Skeen guarded by Holiday. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
Now here's White. Kicks to Horford. From the arc. That's good.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
There's a minute 34 left in the game. There's the dish to Olynyk. To the inside. From the baseline. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Holiday. Back to Horford. From past the arc. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 9 points for Al Horford.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. He feeds it to Olynyk. Passes it to her. 6 to shoot. All to see. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Celtics shooting about 47% here in the fourth. And White kicks to Holiday. Tendy grabs the miss. The Raptors shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Dishes it to Olynyk. He passes it to her. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets the three fly. But they get it back. Feeds it to Olynyk. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
That'll do it for now. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning into the Eastern Conference quarterfinals here on 2K Sports. Now let's check out our Jordan player